To end this preference sheet meeting, I just want to say I'm in control of this boat now. And kind of like, you remember when Valerie's family became the Hogan family? I mean, Valerie Harper basically told everyone to fuck off, and Sandy Duncan came in and put the ship in order, and they had to follow her rules. My boat, my rules. Captain Lee's not here anymore. So, Ross, you're doing a great job. Wow. Really just turned around everything with the deck.
Thank you, Captain. I just try to fuck all the women. Thanks,
Fraser?
Captain.
Fraser?
Yeah.
You need to do the same thing. I want you to do the same thing.
Do what?
Turn your department around. It's shit.
Okay.
Ever since Perky Tits Camille left, there's been a problem. Miss that girl. Miss watching her walk away, really. She was chaos, but boy, we had fun, didn't we? Can't wait to see her in Florida.
Turn on Timey. Y'all, this is Below Deck.
Y'all, when she said, I'm the captain of this boat now.
It was like dark storm clouds.
Y'all,
it was a turn. She is drunk with power.
Let this be. This is what happens. I think Sandy actually forgot that she just became the captain of this boat.
This is what happens when a gay man tries to mansplain to a lesbian.
Yeah, you've said it before, y'all. She will never forgive this.
She will never forgive this.
And y'all, this is Below Dick. Episode 11. Fraz-zzled.
Again, Rachel with the title.
Yes. I don't know what they're going to do without her. Y'all, because we've said this before. There's some Carl's wives still say, why's Rachel not going to be on the show no more?
And did she for sure say she's never coming back?
You don't go on a crusade like she has done with Bravo. No, she's burned this bridge. Also, she wouldn't go back unless they begged her. I just know it.
She probably wouldn't go back. So she filmed this before her rant?
Yes.
I thought this was filmed.
And supposedly she might even leave before the end of the season.
Really?
Supposedly. I don't know. A lot of things. But, y'all, if you do not know, it was that...
This is going to be a long season of Below Deck. I'll tell you now, we're probably going to get 17 episodes.
It was because of Austin Kroll and being shitty with her purse or something like that. And that was the basis of it. And
Austin Kroll, the designer?
Austin Kroll.
I was thinking of Austin. We were talking about Project Brown.
You're so gay.
I am so gay. You mean, remember that show Santino and Austin
yes.
where they drove around little towns like in Oklahoma? I loved that show.
Can you not waylay me?
I just slapped myself.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. You should say Austin. Yes. Okay.
But
he stole her purse?
No,
no,
do
for
you
Carl's
not
wives.
remember?
I don't remember what happened. Explain for it's Carl's wife.
They were just shitty with her, and Bravo said don't talk anything bad about them because she sent publicist photos of saying, "Hey Rachel, can you not say anything bad about Austin?" And
and they were just being horrible.
Yeah, shitty to her, and they because I didn't want to go do drugs with them. And it was really public. She basically burned Bravo on social media. This was
a while, though. I'm glad we're bringing it up because a lot of people are going to forget.
About 8 months ago.
Yeah, a while. That's a while.
I guess. But, so y'all, Rachel's never, unfortunately, going to be on Below Deck again.
I'll miss her.
I can't imagine it would ever be.
I'll miss her.
Yeah.
Because watching her trying not to kill Alyssa behind the other wall was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
It's really interesting. As soon as you remove the greatest distraction in the room, which was Camille, all the other cracks start to become apparent. And I also want to point out that I'm not just talking about Alyssa. I'm talking about Fraser's lack of leadership and the crack with Rachel. Everything
Captain Sandy's saying to him is right.
I cannot believe I'm saying this. I'm Team Sandy on this one. I 100% agree. Now, do I think Team Sandy? Do I think Captain Sandy has actually created this mess
as well?
In a way, yes.
And does a terrible job of managing it.
Right.
Yes.
She's letting Rachel do all the work. Now,
before we get into it, let's just say we want to remind people that you can still go see our digital worldwide moment for 1 week. To go to our Linktree link, and that's where you can click on, or Linktree. You can click on that link, and you can then pay to see. It'll be up for 1 week, but after that, it's gone.
It's gone forever.
Like Poodle in the night, he's gone, and you're divorcing
And
your
your
husband
wallet.
because he just cheated on you with Poodle. But remember, y'all, it ain't cheating
if it's with Poodle.
if it's with
And
Poodle.
maybe your checkbook if I can find it.
Yeah, so anyway.
Gotta work on the safe combinations.
You can do that now. Also, y'all be sure to check out, I don't know when it's going to post. We're recording it later today, so I'll talk. But be on the lookout for our collab with Chris and Wahima from
DocuSweeties.
Not only podcaster friends, but
Friends of ours.
they become very good. We've done theater with
Yeah.
Chris and Poodle and Wahima.
And Wah's been on the show.
I'm worried
we
about.
we both like a little rough
Yeah,
action nowadays.
Y'all bond about that. Like I've gone and had drinks with them and gotten. I just love them. There's two of our favorite people in the podcasting world, and we're so excited to. And they talk about 90 Day.
We're
and other
talking
stuff.
Gunther's Millions on Netflix about the dog who had $500 million, and you think that's only a one-note joke. Oh, but
no.
it's much more complex
I thought it was
than that.
going to be a one note kind of
Oh,
empty
no.
documentary.
It's not. We have a band, a dog band,
Save it. It's nutso.
porn stars.
We're going to talk about that. Anything else we need to bring up? We've got
No, I
other
was going to say
collabs
we talked about Digital Worldwide Moment. We did the moment last night, and we had such a good time. I just want to say
we did.
we had with Mary Payne, with Ryan Bailey, we had Veronica, we had Ingrid, we had Queen Darcy.
Yes.
It was so much fun. We even had at the after party, which you will not ever see. Montana Mills showed up,
Oh my God.
and he showed us his dick.
He did
didn't.
not, but I wanted him to.
So, Justine, if you're listening, I promise we did not see your husband's dick, but you can send me a picture.
Oh. And
I won't do anything.
I like that he called Justine Jujubee.
Jujubee.
And I thought
You
he
went,
meant
"The drag queen?"
And I
I
went,
went, "No,
oh my
faggot."
God, he's a fan of Drag Race. That's my favorite queen too. Montana Mills. It's Jujubee.
So,
It wasn't.
y'all, other big collab news. We are doing this is Below Deck, All Ships at Sea. All
Yes.
Ships at Sea.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
We're doing a collab with another Below Deck podcast, Patrick and Dylan, my Irish friends.
They're called Another Below. Somebody just went, what's the podcast called?
Oh, another Below Deck podcast.
No, but what's the podcast called?
Another Below Deck podcast.
There you go. Another Below Deck podcast. If you
Who's
don't
on first?
If you don't understand now, you're a Carl's wife. Anyway.
With Patrick and Dylan, two good Irish boys. That's not true. It's just those are the two most Irish names
Yes.
ever.
They're going to be bad Irish boys by the time we get through with them.
Oh, and they're two straight men.
They are.
So
I haven't seen their pictures. I've just
I'm-
heard their voices. I don't know what they look like.
I need to look.
Well, we're going to see them on the collab. On the
I need to
video.
prepare, though, so I don't immediately say something that's really gross.
Please.
I'm going to be like, maybe we'll be at a... Can you pretend that we're watching the Pats game on TV and I go to the bathroom with you and your mother's
Patriots.
upset?
You said Pats, and I just imagined like 10 people dressed as Pat from Saturday Night Live playing a game.
Do you know anything about heterosexual culture?
Very little. Very little.
I still am amazed how you passed.
I know more little.
Like, just went through the world.
It's true. My brother and my best friend Sean kept me from getting beat up.
I can just see, and his mom is like saying, Patrick, come in, have some soup. And I'm like, Patrick, I need to blow you right now. It's all right.
You got to get that out. You please.
Anyway, we're really excited
I don't know when it's
to
gonna
talk
air.
to. That's our first kind of below decky.
We're going to talk about
collab.
Below Deck. We're also going to talk about, I think on their show, more of Love is Blind.
Love is Blind.
After the
Yeah.
altar. And just
ATA.
Just for y'all, you have watched a couple. The way we're doing that, it's 3 episodes that come out. They're pretty short episodes. We're going to be covering them all in one on our Patreon feed, on Reality Gaze Plus on the $5
and that'll drop the 11th at midnight.
I think it's dropping. It's on Saturday, right? There you go. Because it comes out this Friday, right?
Yes, the 10th. And so we're going to give you a day to watch.
We're halfway through February.
No.
Almost.
We're not halfway through February.
Practically.
We're a third of the way through.
Well, almost half.
A little less than a third.
More, yeah. So almost half. Sorry, I get that from my mother.
I know, and it's one of your least... It's one of the qualities that I can barely tolerate.
My mom, it would be 12:40, and my mom would say, well, it's 1 o'clock. And I would say, it's not 1 o'clock, it's 12:40. Well, it's practically 1.
Yeah, it's one of the things I could change. I would change about you. One of the many.
That made me excited. I'm crazy. Ow! I'm crazy from Darcy and Stacy. That episode took us over the edge.
It did.
Oh, by the way, if you're on the Intimate Portrait or the $15 tier, because there's no toe next week, we're going to give you...
Intimate Portrait, Darcy and Stacy.
Just for that week.
The manifested edition.
We don't have time to do the video for every week.
Yeah, because there's Super Bowl next week, so apparently we take a holiday off for that because it's just TV. We're going to go worship the god of money.
Yeah. Who's performing the halftime show? I don't even know any of it.
Rihanna.
Oh, that's probably... I'll watch that just on YouTube later. I know. I'm so happy.
I'm the same way. I don't watch the Super Bowl.
I'm so happy to not... Because I was in Oklahoma so much before. For 2 years now, basically.
Yeah, and every football game was a big deal.
My ex was all into... I don't give a shit about football. I'm gonna you know what I'm going? I'm going to the Rose Bowl flea market on Super Bowl Sunday, and then I'm gonna go see a friend who has a play premiering. I'm gonna do very gay 50-year-old gay man things.
I'm surprised that the play's even going on.
It's true. Well, it's L.A. people. The only thing I'm gonna miss is something that relates to one of my tea bags in this episode. Is I felt like a shamed American when Alyssa had to explain to Haley what queso was. And it was kind of like when someone's explaining what melted queso is to you, like Tex-Mex queso, you realize how disgusting it is.
In an idea, it does sound gross, but it's very
not
good.
Not like good Mexican queso, but like just disgusting
like Tex-Mex queso
with Velveeta. And you realize it's just putrid. And then you want some because it's delicious.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. One other thing, more of a...
That was one of my tea bags.
In the news kind of things, y'all, Miss Fraser has been messy on social media.
Oh, really? I didn't know
saying
this.
Things like, wait to the next episode, Rachel gets evil. And then saying things about, why doesn't Captain Sandy like you this season? He's like, yes, you're right. I can't believe it. So Miss Thing is being messy on social, and
maybe
he may not be coming back, that's what telegraphs it to me.
Maybe the tide turns. Maybe Rachel and Captain Sandy have a falling out of some sort.
Maybe,
I can't see
but
that.
no, he's bitching about Captain Sandy.
I'm gonna say this. This reunion has a potential.
Oh, I agree.
Of being a fan-fucking-tastic, but. Because they all have too much ego.
Yeah. And
they're all going to... The only one who doesn't have enough ego is Haley, but she'll come because everybody loves her.
No, it's going to be... I don't know if... We'll see if Alyssa... If she leaves, if she comes.
If Alyssa leaves... Alyssa's the only person I could see who doesn't come to the reunion.
She was on Watch What Happens Live, though.
But the thing is, Alyssa loves Alyssa more than anyone.
Yeah.
And she's going to show up for that.
That's true. So, y'all... Anyway, keep your eye on social media for Fraser's stuff. He's been...
I'd still have sex with him. It's a nice dick.
I think I would too.
It's a nice dick.
Anyway,
he's good at it too. Attention to detail.
We need to move on.
All right.
So Rachel and Fraser, she says she's trying to do this, and she realizes, because y'all remember last episode, Captain Sandy said, I'm not going to talk to him. I'm going to let you figure it out with your chief stew.
Because I let the heads do it, and I don't get involved.
Exactly. Yeah. They fight it out.
So is it what it is? Is it not it truly, Rachel feels like it's somewhat the food preparation, but it's really the delivery system.
Well, it's that and the fact that there's not effective communication with Fraser and the 2 other members of his team, or the fact that deck crew aren't really doing a lot of service like they have on other boats. So, and that's a Chief Stew thing. She is right about that service gets slow. And even Fraser says, I try to do everything myself because I don't trust anybody.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's not good leadership.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That is the problem right there. Y'all, I've been there.
Yeah.
You've been there. You and I both learned it the hard way when we were younger.
And you wind up getting burnt out and frustrated like he is. Now, I think, was he dealt a bad hand having both Camille and Alyssa?
He was.
Kind of, who were already like kind of powder kegs?
I think, though, if you even look at Chief Stews who've had a history of wanting to be people's friends at first, I think Aisha would have handled this differently.
She would have. Yeah.
And she had a bad habit at first of wanting to be their friend.
Yeah.
But when she needed to like suck it up and say, "Do your fucking job," she did.
I think what
Aisha,
Aisha,
she's on Galley
Talk. To do some work.
It's her and
Kyle. I think
is her and Kyle.
Ugh. Ugh. Boy, he was on with Alyssa too, and just like with the most extra clothing on. I'm like, honey, you're not Sam Smith.
He reminds me of Sam Smith, though.
Yeah, but let Sam Smith do it. So
remember when Sam Smith said he was the first gay person to win an Oscar? Remember when he said that on the Oscar? He's like, and I'm the first gay person.
Oh, that's
and
right.
everybody was like, yeah, no, Dunstan Lance Black won an Oscar for the film.
Yeah, they probably should have just backed away from that. Yeah. Sometimes we just want to move away.
Yeah. You know, I'm not judging him because that sounds like something I would say. Oh, them. I forgot it's them now. I didn't know that.
It's been a while. It's been actually a while.
Oh, really? I just read that.
Yeah.
Good for them.
So let's move on. This quick service, Rachel basically says, I want to make our service quicker, faster, stronger, move it faster, stronger.
I thought of like the Bionic Man.
No, I thought of the Kanye song.
Oh, well.
So anyway, they're like, we need the deck team helping us run food. And he's like, yeah, great idea. So it's like Rachel's having to come up with this instead of Fraser instituting this, which is your Chief Stew's job.
He doesn't really see full big picture.
He's green at being a Chief Stew.
You can tell that housekeeping has been his like strong suit.
Yeah.
And not service. It's a different animal.
So
are you done with that?
I am done with that tea bag.
My next tea bag, speaking is of cleaning. Y'all, Twink Tyler.
Yeah.
This bitch,
Twinkler.
This bitch knows who she is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a perfect combination of you. It's like when I did musical theater, I have the look, and even opera, I have the look and the personality of a flaming queen tenor, but I was a baritone, so my voice didn't match the roles.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler, he looks like a twink, he walks like a twink, he has twink hair, and he has the twink name of Tyler. And then he said, my goal is just to be a stay-at-home dad. And I went, that's exactly what a twink does.
He hit the trifecta.
They go from twink to twunk, and you know exactly what you want to do in life. Twink to twunk to stay-at-home dad.
Do what you're good at. Do what you're good at.
That guy that shows up to all of your kids' school things with craft projects and does things with the kids used to be a twink.
He used to be a twink.
And now he's a dad.
Good for him.
It just makes me happy when people know exactly their lane.
It's true. No, I agree with you.
That's it. That's all I got.
So, y'all, we mentioned the cracks forming between Alyssa and Haley. And it really starts here.
Keep talking. I'm just chill.
Oh, Lord. And Alyssa basically says, or Haley says, I was cleaning our bathroom, our cabin, because it was looking kind of like a bin. And Alyssa said, well, you didn't clean the toilet. Or it wasn't good.
Is that her job to do it?
Well,
that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
It was her job to do it. And for you to say that, I mean, we said it last episode, and I was talking about Leon, but God, Alyssa's horrible.
Yeah.
And the fact, what I don't love about her, this is really what bothers me.
It feels like she's trying to be even like second stew in their own room.
Yes, and
she's making Haley Cinderella.
And I'm sorry, she's not a girl's girl.
She's not.
And she doesn't do this, but even Captain, any woman that crosses her is immediately a fucking crazy bitch.
But she loves Fraser and runs up to him and gives him a hug.
Like when he corrected her, she kind of was a little bit like, what the fuck? But she didn't start saying things about him, who he is as a person.
Yeah.
What she called Haley? She said a
robot, cold robot.
She called her a robot, but like something, a gross, dirty bitch.
Oh, right.
So now she's like, y'all, this girl.
I don't think she's long for the show. The editing is
person
is taking us a certain way with her.
I feel like the editing is it's saying, because also, I mean, this kind of goes along. Bitch can't shut her mouth and keeps running it, and now Captain Sandy's hearing her talk shit about
she sucks deck crew dick.
And and I guarantee she would never say Captain Lee
absolutely
sucks
not
deck crew dick.
I think if you substituted any of the things that Sandy is doing here, regardless of you guys think she's micromanaging or overstepping or not overstepping, Fraser would not speak to Captain Lee like he backtalked Captain Sandy.
He wouldn't. I said that he would not do that.
Yeah, absolutely not.
I just think Alyssa, she doesn't listen to this.
She doesn't.
But if she did, I would say, honey, I think you need to process how you treat and think about women.
Yeah, that's
a really big
true.
Problem.
Anyway, let's see.
But that was the beginning to kind of follow up on that. That is, Haley even says, like, could you not talk to me patronizing, please?
Right.
And in Haley's defense, she was not aggressive. She was not emotional.
No.
And Haley said, though, that's where she said, now I'm starting to feel that maybe Camille wasn't the problem all along. And I hate that Camille is going to get this vindication because, y'all,
she's been waiting for this.
Both things can be true.
Both things can be true. Camille was very bad at her job and was a problem on the boat. That is Alyssa. It seems like most of the time with her job, it can be acceptable doing her job, but it's going to create personality problems within her department and even outside her department.
Yeah.
And so I think she's the next to self-destruct, I think.
Whoop, whoop.
So
what's your next teabag?
I just want to talk about Fraser.
It's a good episode.
Basically, Fraser's upset about what Captain Sandy said to him in the pref meeting, and Rachel basically says she's not saying you're bad at service. She's saying that you're not leading in that right way. And she's like, I'm just worried that he's going to take it too hard, and that's exactly what he does. So Fraser feels extreme shame over that.
We had a great Captain Sandy quote too before she talked about that. She said, Fraser works in circles because he doesn't tell them to do their job. And that's his problem. And now it's becoming
my problem. Y'all, here's the tea. She wants all problems become her problem. She loves fixing things.
It really was gross how she just waited to talk about how wonderful everyone else is, and then just tell Fraser.
No, that's how she leads.
No,
that's
terrible. It's
not a great management strategy.
It's a lot of shame.
Weirdly, she would tell you differently.
She would tell you she doesn't see it that way.
I think what I understand what she's trying to do,
and he is taking it too personal.
Yeah,
it's both things.
But the thing is, Sandy doesn't take anything personally.
She doesn't. Yeah, she is a robot.
Yeah,
and Rachel tries to tell him. She's like,
unless
he's acting like a baby and he's taking this too on the chin.
Sandy takes it personally, unless you're Hannah. And then when she does take something personally,
I actually think she took Fraser personally when he corrected her.
I agree. Oh, remember? Yes, a couple of.
That's what this is all about. This is all about from like 3 episodes ago.
So y'all,
when he wanted to do that is what this is all about.
What's your next tea bag?
Girl strip. Hey, it's divorce strip. You got a divorcing. You got a divorcing. You got a divorcing. Y'all, we're gonna talk about this charter crew.
And one girl goes, "Don't mention that divorce."
Yeah, just say we're gonna talk about them when we get back for the break. Okay. Uh-oh. I think your neighbor's vacuuming, y'all, or something. Or is she building a ship? What's she doing today?
Handsprings. Back handsprings.
The Olympic trials coming up?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, got to have that clean floor then. Poor poodle. This is kind of...
Or she's doing... she has a puppet theater and the sandbags are coming down.
Oh, yeah. Bob Baker is up there.
She's got marionettes.
Yeah, that's it. Clack, 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 clack. Bum, 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 bum. How? That's a very LA joke. I love the Bob Baker thing. How would you describe... This is not just when we meet them. More kind of at dinner as well. My tea bag is just... Let's discuss the overall fashion of the women on this boat.
Yeah, it's a lot of flowing robes.
It's a lot of Tiffany, like long billowy sleeves, but cutouts on the top of the sleeve.
Yeah.
Because your arms don't look fat there, so let's show the little cutouts there.
This is the beach collection from Ross.
Yep. Did you see the woman not Ross, the deck, but Ross, the store?
Right.
It is the shirt that just had like curtain tassels all over it.
It's hideous. I feel like
is this a store? Is this like Chico's divorce wear?
I have a feeling whenever they do one day charters like this, when it's quick charter, the caliber of people they get is always a little questionable.
I actually love the point of the charter. Like, it's all about like there is like when you're divorced, you got to recreate memories in same spaces, like make new memories.
This is nouveau riche.
It is nouveau riche, but I'm kind of. They seem fun.
They're fine. They're fine.
I think I would have a really good basic time with them.
They're trying to get their sound bites in.
They're dick pigs.
Yeah, they are.
I bet they listen to the show.
My next.
I just got hungry. I want a hot dog.
Great.
When's the last time you had a hot dog?
It's been a while.
Now
I want a hot dog. I really want a hot dog now. There's a little cafe down there has like the hot dog deal. You get 2 hot dogs and a bag of chips.
Boy, you knew that one.
I've just seen it. I haven't had their hot dogs. We need to move on. So Rachel's basically talking to Alyssa and said, so normally, there's no snacks for the guests. And she's already said, please put out olives and crackers. And Rachel
asked them to.
Yeah. And she didn't do it. And Rachel's like, so normally there's like, and she's trying not to yell at her or bite her head off so badly.
And y'all, she's on the other end. Alyssa's like, well, it says I like Doritos. And so it didn't fit. And y'all, she's literally like crouching down and screaming silently. It is so fucking funny.
Oh, and Rachel's losing her mind.
Because wouldn't that honestly, if the stew wanted to do that on their own accord to put some food out, but if the chef made a request.
No, she's being ridiculous.
But I'm just going to clarify. If a chef who is above you made a request for you to put out food, you put out what the chef says.
Put out what she just said, because that's in her plan. She's responsible for food.
Again, I think if it was a male chef, she would have done it.
I think you're right.
She's got.
I think you're right.
Like,
so
women support women.
So y'all, and then Alyssa's complaining about Rachel to Haley, and Haley's like
it was some log ass rant.
But baby, not in front of the guests.
Do you want a strawberry daiquiri? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I just went on and on. I mean,
yeah.
It's like Alyssa's never been... She acts as if she hasn't worked on a ship before.
I think she has, but I think it wasn't as formal as this. It feels like she's probably worked in something that was maybe not cruise shippy, but something that was smaller charters, where she may have been the only more of a hospitality person on a boat that like, let's have good times. and I think it was probably a less formal type of thing because she's worked on ships, but this is high level kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't think she's done this kind of work before. Because even in the way she talks to people, it's like, yeah, babe. Yeah. It's a certain level of work. And Haley basically says about Alyssa to Fraser, her sass has really turned into something else recently. So, she's like, I preferred Camille's personality. And Fraser says, I'm not blind to it. Why have you not said anything?
That's the deal. In the moments, he talks like he's this badass. I'm not taking any of this shit. And I went, no, that's not it. You're like, honestly, and I can say this because I am one as well, but he seems like gay clown running around trying to catch plates everywhere and not focus on the task.
He can't back up. He can't back up the talk.
He can't back that talk up
because he's afraid of being disliked by his crew.
That's his overall thing. Is he's afraid of being disliked.
Yeah. And although
what other people think of you is what
none of your business.
None of your business.
Ooh.
If I want to get that with suck a dick, none of your business.
Now, what is his business is when he sees Alyssa talking on the phone to her mother where guests could see her. And so already, that's bad, y'all. We've seen people, especially with Captain Lee. He freaks the fuck out with people.
Fraser kind of freaks out. He's like, no, honey, no.
Absolutely no way.
Absolutely not.
She's like, fine. I didn't want to say bye to my mom. Anyway.
And she kind of, he's like, I'm sorry, no funny. She just goes, you're fine. And if she said any bullshit about him, we never see her say it. So I just want to say, he corrected her.
She kind of let it go really quickly. Yeah.
But again, I'm just pointing out, if it was been a woman.
I agree with you. And
so Fraser brings up, I think removing Camille basically gave Alyssa power. She feels like she got away with it, and now she can act how she wants to. I just want to clarify. It was kind of...
And so why not have a conversation? I don't know.
I know it's busy. I will say, this day of charter is a stupidly busy charter.
That's all. These one-day ones are always like this.
So there's probably not a ton of time.
Now, I liked it when one of the guests was talking to, I think it was either Tony or Ben, says, do a dance for our enjoyment.
I don't see the problem with that.
That's like dance monkey dance.
To tell a shirtless man to just dance for you?
They're a crew. That's not what they do.
I'm paying you once, just right out.
Again, you're not the one to talk about this.
You're going to make a good $20 from me.
Not 20. Your experience with Go-Go Boys.
No, it's $7.50.
Exactly.
I keep change. I could put it in
and
the
you make change.
Yeah, I do. I hand them a $5. Just give me 4 ones, honey. Just lay it on your dick. So I love a good stripper.
Y'all, I love the fact that Tony, of course, is a fire dancer. I don't know how I did not see this coming.
He's a fire dancer.
It makes perfect sense.
So I want to jump to you're just talking. I'm going to talk about my tea bags.
I'm just talking.
You're just talking.
I went through like 2 tea bags there.
They do the camp out thing, blah, blah, blah. But there's Captain and Sandy and Rachel conversation where Rachel says, I discussed with Fraser. By the way, Captain Sandy's calling him Fraser.
She does say Fraser. Yeah, and he even says it's Fraser, by the way.
Fraser, yeah. I think he said that off mic.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but that's a thing, I don't know. I've done that. I mispronounce people's names. And then yeah, shocker. And later on they tell me and they say, actually, my name is da-da-da. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. It doesn't mean you can say it, whatever. And I want to say, y'all, stand up for yourself and just say, because that's yourself. That's a metaphor for Fraser of not being able to stand up for himself.
Yeah.
That he can't say, that's not my name.
I don't think this is the time to do it in front of Captain Sandy, though.
Oh, if somebody said my name wrong, I would still do it. The Lamar and me would come out. It'd be bad.
But I'm saying when she's already telling you something, if they were just talking and she's like, yeah, Fraser, and she's like, I'm sorry, Captain Sandy, it's my name's Fraser. I know,
I know I would do it then too, but Lamar and me would want to say,
but not in a heated moment
over the intercom in front of everyone to shame them. But I wouldn't, because that's what she's doing.
Yes,
so I wouldn't do it back. But their discussion is Rachel. This is what's happening, and this is what Captain Sandy loves. What I've learned, you've watched more, but she loves that now she's not only. She's separating Rachel, putting the divide between Rachel and Fraser.
Yes.
And I can tell when Fraser says, watch it, Rachel's going to get crazy, because what's going to happen is Fraser's not going to handle his shit.
Right.
And Rachel's going to go the fuck off on him.
Now.
Because he's making her look bad.
This is.
Because she tells her, he's not. She said to Captain Stanley, I just want to say this. I talked to Fraser and he's not changing his leadership style. And Sandy's like, well, I want him to learn his limit.
Have another conversation. So
she literally, Rachel just said everything but I need help with this because I tried.
Right. No, this all could have been avoided. But here's the thing. I don't know. I think Captain Sandy can suss out that having a conversation with him, who he doesn't think is the main captain, isn't going to do that well. I can't believe I'm siding with Captain Sandy here.
Yeah.
But I think I just think she knows he doesn't like her.
Yeah.
And so I think she's thinking this might be the best way to go. And I think she doesn't like him. So she's trying to figure out the best way to deal with it and thinking maybe he has a previous relationship with Rachel that could do that. Maybe. Yeah. But I think this is a chief stew who's not, and Sandy doesn't feel like, and because she's an interim captain, even though to everyone else she's like, this is my boat. I don't think she thinks he thinks of her as the captain.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Lee's going to come back and he'll be fine. Yeah. Sir.
What's your next tea bag? Not too much more.
It's basically when they're docking and Fraser's like, so you can go pack now, or to the guests, you can go pack now, or you may want to do that. So, because a lot of people don't like to pack right after they have the meal. And Captain Sandy's like, no. Don't ever rush them to get off the boat. Don't.
Do you feel like that's rushing them to get off the boat?
Don't. I don't think it was done in the way he said it. But she took it in a completely different way, and it pissed him off. But it's her tone, her condescending tone. She's like, don't rush people off the boat. Don't ever rush people on the boat.
Well, and the thing is that he says, she says, and Fraser says to her, he's like, but I wasn't rushing them at all, I promise. And he walks away, and Captain Sandy says, and she says it with venom.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, he always has an excuse. He never takes accountability. I don't care how you spin it. He's pushing them off the boat.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
they are now enemies.
Cut to.
Sadly.
Could someone take out the trash? I'm looking at it right
Shitter's
here.
Full.
Shitter's full. I'm just looking here right at the trash. I don't want to pick it up.
That editing could not have been better.
Oh.
Taking bets now, how long? How many more episodes does Alyssa have?
Well, the deck crew's in it to win it. They're doing fantastic. They're in it to win it.
I liked it when Sandy said, "Can someone strip my bed?" Everyone's just standing around.
Can someone strip my bed because you're all not doing anything. I think tops 3 for her.
I'm thinking 3. It could be 2, but 3 feels like right to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. If she makes it to the end of the season, I will be shocked. Yeah. Usually, a problem this early is dealt with. The only thing I can go back and thinking in that it happened a different way than this was, when did Lexi leave? Lexi probably left sometime around then too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We usually have somebody leaves first because it's obvious that they're terrible. And then there's
personality problems take about 8 to 10 episodes.
10 episodes,
Yeah. and we were distracted because of Camille. Yeah. So yeah,
but make no mistake, full. if Alyssa wasn't on the boat, Camille would still do nothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nothing. And honestly,
she still would have been gone.
Probably gotten away with it for longer.
Yeah, she would have.
Haley said something because Fraser wouldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, I think she would have. I think she would have been there for a while.
Y'all, that's your Below Deck this week. All right, y'all. You know the drill. We've got a lot coming at you this week, so thank you for supporting us.
Coming at you.
Below Deck
just coming at you.
We'll let you know when that's airing. Until then, y'all, we'll see you next week. But until then, it's what?
Anchors are gay.